Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and pranams. Thank you all for joining in for our study session today. Today is a Sunday, but we are having this special session because I'm not sure. Wednesday we may not be able to have the class because I'm traveling back to Mumbai. So let us study chapter 6 of the Krishna book. We'll start with the prayers. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauradushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yatkripātamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tatsat Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanabhaya Namo Pankajamaline Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate Nanyam Twadabhayam Pashye Yatra Mrityu Parasparam Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayankara Tvameko Dhayyamananam Apavargosi Samshrute Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, dear devotees and pranams, thank you all for joining in. So now let me share my screen. Before that, to give just a context of what we are going to discuss today, we are discussing about Krishna has appeared in the cell or the prison house of Mathura, and Vasudeva is, according to the instructions of Krishna, is taking Krishna to Vrindavan Dham, where Yashodamaya has given birth to a baby boy and a baby girl. And he places his little boy there, and he takes the girl and comes back to the prison house. Yashodamaya's Vrindavan Krishna and Vasudeva's Krishna, they merge together in in Vrindavan Dham, and Yashoda Maya, when she wakes up, she finds this beautiful boy who is Krishna. And then Vasudeva actually brings back the baby girl. And then when Kamsa comes to know that it is a girl, the eighth child is a girl, he still, he does not want to take any chance. He throws the child like all the other children that he had thrown and tried to kill. But this this girl child took the form of Durga Devi and said, the child that is going to kill you is already born, right? Is already born somewhere else. And Kamsa gets very, very frightened. And then what does he do? He orders all the children who've been born, around this time, the next 1 month, 1 month before, 1 month after. They all need to be killed in and around the entire place. So when Nanda Maharaj, actually, he has to pay taxes to Vasudev, right? So because Nanda Maharaj is a Vaishya, and he actually, what do the Vaishyas do? They take care of cows, they sell milk, and then they actually pay taxes to the Kshatriyas. So Nanda Maharaj actually comes to meet Vasudev, and we saw how lovingly Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev exchange loving reciprocation, caring for each other, inquiring about each other's welfare. Like that, they talk, and then Vasudeva tells Nanda Maharaj, you should go back immediately, because Kamsa has ordered for all the children who've been born to be killed. So you should be careful. He knows he's only kept Krishna there in Vrindavan, isn't it? So he tells Nanda Maharaj, you should go back fast. Don't spend too much time here. There is danger lurking there. Kamsa has sent his soldiers to kill all the newborn children. And then so Nanda Maharaj rushes back. So in this way, when Nanda Maharaj goes back, what happens in Vrindavan Dham? That's what we're going to study today. So quickly, let me share my screen. The first is Putanavad. Right? Putanavad, actually, the Acharyas explain, talks about the most merciful nature of Lord Sri Krishna. Because somebody, right, we are very caring, affectionate, and loving towards people who love us, who serve us, who care for us. But to be caring, to be merciful onto somebody who's trying to kill us, right? We saw Kamsa's reaction. The child that is to be born is going to kill you, and he ended up killing the child in the first instance, isn't it? But the lady who came to kill him, right, Putana, what did Krishna do? Krishna sucked the breast milk and sucked also the life air. But Krishna did not kill Putana. Krishna only took away the poison, but he respected the feeling of Putana to have wanted to become a mother to Krishna, right? That's what mothers do, but mothers breastfeed their child, right? So Krishna is Bhavagrahi. He takes the emotions into consideration, or he takes the actions into consideration, whichever is helpful for the devotee. So in this way, Krishna takes this action of Putana, who offered her breast to offer milk, although her intention was to kill Krishna. Yet Krishna gave her the position of a mother in the spiritual world. So this particular chapter is going to talk about the magnanimity of Krishna. Even though somebody is envious of Krishna, is inimical to Krishna, wants to kill Krishna, Krishna is still, some or the other, she is rendering some service to me. She is offering her breast to me. She is offering her milk to me. Although it is poisonous, right? Doesn't matter. He purified her and gave her the position of a mother. So in that way also, we can also say, at least for myself, I can say, my japa chanting is very bad, isn't it? And so many material desires also. So those are all kind of poison in the holy name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yet the Lord is so merciful that the Lord accepts even our sincere endeavor to please the Lord. Although our mind is full of desires, mind is running here and there everywhere, not able to concentrate on the holy name, irrespective of all of these impurities existing in our chanting, yet the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, accepts our prayer. Just like he gave deliverance, he delivered Putana. Like that, he will also deliver all of us. Although just like Putana had put poison on her breast, but yet she breastfed Krishna. Similarly, I can talk for myself. I have so many material desires. So they are like poison, right? When we are offering devotional service, when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all of these material desires are like poison. But that poison which is there in my heart is cleansed simply by the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. Just because we are chanting, without much concentration, without much focus, without much absorption, right? His Grace Radhesham Prabhu says, you should chant with absorption, attention, and awareness. Right? At least for my chanting, there is no absorption, right? Other things, everything goes on. What should I do after this? Planning for the entire day. What should I cook? Everything runs in the mind. So these are like poison, right? Which Putana smeared on her breast. But yet, Krishna was so merciful that he actually sucked the breast milk, sucked the entire poison and made her fit to become a mother in the spiritual world. So that is also our hope, at least my hope, that although my chanting is of very poor quality, although it is almost poisonous because of so many material desires lurking in my heart, yet I know that if I continue to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as per the instruction of my spiritual master, as per the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, the Brahma Madhva Vaishnava Guru Parampara, the entire Guru Parampara, the poison that is in my heart, which is this material desire, will automatically be sucked away, and in its place there will be Krishna Prema. So that is the consciousness in which we're going to study this pastime. That's given in chapter 6 of the Krishna book, The Deliverance of Putana. Let's go ahead. Devotees can raise your hands. I think few devotees only joined because we've got a change of time today. I'm sorry for that, but we are going on YouTube live, so people can devotees can watch it later on. All right, Shubhangi Keshri Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Chapter 6, Putna killed. While Nanda Maharaj was returning home, he considered Vasudev's warning that there might be some disturbance in Gokula. Certainly, the advice was friendly and not false. So Nanda thought there is some truth in it. Therefore, out of fear, he began to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is quite natural for a devotee in danger to think of Krishna because he has no other shelter. When a child is in a danger, he takes shelter of his mother or father. Similarly, a devotee is always under the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when he specifically sees some danger, he remembers the Lord very rapidly. After consulting with this demoniac minister, Kamsa instructed a witch named Putna, who knew the black art of killing small children by ghastly, sinful methods, to kill all kinds of children in the cities, villages, and pasturing grounds. Such witches can play their black art only where there is no chanting or hearing of the holy name of Krishna. It is said that wherever the chanting of the holy name of Krishna is done, even negligently, all bad elements, witches, ghosts, and dangerous calamities immediately disappear. And this is certainly true of the place where the chanting of the holy name of Krishna is done seriously, especially in Vrindavan when the Supreme Lord was personally present. Therefore, the doubts of Nanda Maharaj were certainly based on affection of Krishna. Actually, there was no danger from the activities of Putna, despite her power. Such witches are called Khechari, which means they can fly in the sky. This black art of witchcraft is still practiced by some women in the remote northwestern side of India. They can transfer themselves from one place to another on the branch of an uprooted tree. Putna knew this witchcraft and therefore she is described in the Bhagavatam as Khechari. Putna entered the country of Gokula, the residential quarter of Nanda Maharaj, without permission. Dressing herself just like a beautiful woman, she entered the house of Mother Yashoda. She appeared very beautiful, with raised hips, nicely swollen breasts, earrings, and flowers in her hair. She looked specially beautiful on account of her thin waist. She was glancing at everyone with her attractive looks and smiling face, and all the residents of Vrindavan were captivated. The innocent cowherd woman thought that she was the goddess of fortune appearing in Vrindavan with a lotus flower in her hand. It seems to be that she had personally come to see Krishna, who is her husband. Because of her executive beauty, no one checked her movement, and therefore she freely entered the house of Nanda Maharaj. Putna, the killer of many children, found baby Krishna lying on a small bed, and she could at once perceive that the baby was hiding his unparalleled potencies, which resembled fire converted by ashes. Putna thought this child is so powerful that he can destroy the whole universe immediately. Mataji, continue.
Yeah, Mataji, you can continue. This paragraph also you can read.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, we'll ask someone else to read. I can see Rajneesh Prabhu. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Putna's understanding is very significant. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is stated in everyone's heart. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that he gives one necessary intelligence and he also causes one to forget. Putna was immediately aware that the child whom she was observing in the house of Nand Maharaja was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He was lying there as a small baby, but that does not mean he was less powerful. The materialistic theory that God worship is anthropomorphic is not correct. No living being can become God by undergoing meditation or austerity. God is always God. Krishna is as a baby is as Krishna as a baby is as complete as he is as a full-fledged youth. The Mayavad theory holds that living entity was formerly God but has now become overwhelmed by the influence of Maya. Therefore, the Mayavadis say that presently he is not God, but when the influence of Maya is taken away, he will again become God. This theory cannot be applied to the minute living entities.
Minute.
Minute living entities. The living entities are minute parts and parcels of Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are minute particles or sparks of the original fire. So these sparks can be covered by the influence of Maya, but the original fire, Krishna, cannot. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even from the beginning of his appearance in the house of Vasudeva and Dev.
Hare Krishna.
This,
Prabhu, you can continue. We just discussed this a little bit.
yes,
So we were talking about how three important points are being discussed here. So what is that? The first one is Putana dressed herself very nicely when she actually came. Right. So in that way, it represents kapata. Right. That means we show ourselves as different from what we actually are. Right. So when that happens, when we show ourselves as different from what we are, then we can fool some people for some time. We can fool all the people also for some time, or we may fool some people all the time. We cannot fool all the people all the time, isn't it? So in that way, those who are pretentious, those who are kapata, those who pretend to be someone else, right? I don't have any taste in chanting, but I pretend, oh, I have so much taste in front of others. I want to make a show. Why? Because I want to acquire name, fame, glory. I want people to glorify me. Oh, this is such a nice. I'm saying even within the devotee community, of course, outside the devotee community, that is the norm, right? That people always show off that I have more than what I actually possess, right? I am more intelligent than what I'm actually am, right? That's what we do in our resume also. We write so many things which we've never done, right? So, but what we want to show, we want to show that I am the best candidate for this role, right? So, which is what is the norm everywhere else. But I'm saying even within the devotee community, if you are kapata, if you are just showing ourselves to be not what we actually are. I mean, whatever little taste we have, we just chant Hare Krishna. Not that we show others that I am very good, have so much taste, crying and tears falling from the eyes and whatnot. Right? If you show all of that, we may fool them. We may fool some devotees who may be very innocent or something like that. But what are you going to get? You're not going to get Krishna Prem. You're going to get probably, their favors for some time, right? We may fool them for some time. All of them, maybe. All the devotees also we may fool for some time. Or we may fool some devotees all the time. But we cannot fool all the devotees all the time, right? Someday or the other, the real phase will come into the play. So at that time, all the benefits that we got, right? All that will anyway go away. But Krishna will not be pleased with that, right? Krishna will not be pleased with any kapata. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is also Patita Pavana. We accept that, okay, I am fallen. I am trying to chant Hare Krishna. I currently don't have taste, but I'm sincerely trying to chant Hare Krishna. That is Patita Pavana. We accept our condition that we are fallen. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavana. He will deliver us by his own causeless mercy. Just like Krishna also delivered Putana. But Putana, the intention of hers was not to dupe Vaishnavas, right? So basically, her intention was to follow the instructions of her brother and go and kill Krishna, right? So in that mood, when she went, Krishna sucked out that kapata tendency in her and actually gave Krishna prem, right? That's why Putana also, it is said that Putana was very fortunate, right? Because the Lord himself sucked the poison out of her. And the Lord himself gave her the position of a mother. That is one. Secondly, Krishna was the supreme personality of Godhead, and he killed Putana within a few days' time, 3-4 days of his being born, isn't it? So Prabhupada says here how one cannot become God by performing austerities, one cannot become God by performing any of these Ashtanga yoga, etc., etc., austerities, Ashtanga yoga, etc. The Lord is Lord even from, when he appears, when he does not appear, when he's in the spiritual world, he's in the material world, wherever the Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead. So that is the second point that is mentioned here by Prabhupada. Third point is we are parts and parcels of the supreme personality of Godhead. Vamevamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. So we are parts and parcels of the Lord. The Lord is supreme Sachit Ananda Vigraha. We are minuscule Sachit Ananda Vigraha. So our duty is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in this way, when we serve the Supreme Lord, all of our anarthas, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, that is ruling our hearts right now, they will all disappear. And just like Putana was delivered by the Lord, we will also be delivered. All of these anarthas will be removed from our heart, and in that place we will not know when suddenly we have developed love for the Lord, we have developed Krishna prema, simply by continuing to follow this process that is given by the acharyas. So we need to trust the process, and the process works. It has worked for so many devotees have got delivered back, have gone home, back to Godhead, right? So the process works. If it doesn't work for us, we need to introspect. Where am I going wrong? Introspect ourselves. What is the mood in which I am chanting Hare Krishna? Am I chanting Hare Krishna by multitasking, doing many things, or am I chanting with at least trying to chant with focus, attention, absorption, and awareness? In this way, we will also be cleansed of all the anarthas that is there in our heart. Yes, Rajneesh Prabhu, go ahead. Krishna showed the nature.
Yes. Krishna showed the nature of a small baby and closed his eyes as if to afraid the face of Putna. This closing of the eyes is interpreted and studied in different ways by the devotees. Some say Krishna closed his eyes because he did not like to see the face of Putna, who had killed so many children and who had now come to kill him. Others say Putna hesitated to take the baby on her lap because something extraordinary was being dictated to her from within, and that in order to give her assurance, Krishna closed his eyes so that Krishna closed his eyes
So that she would not be
Hare.
frightened.
Krishna closed his eyes because he did not like to see the face of Putna. He had killed so sorry. He has killed so many children and who had caused so others say that Putna hesitated to take the body in her lap because something extraordinary was being dictated to her from within, and in order to give her assurance, Krishna closed his eyes so that she would not be frightened. And yet others interpret in this way. Krishna appeared in order to kill the demons and give protection to devotees, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Paritranay sadhunam vinashain sa dushkrita. The first demon to be killed was a woman. According to Vedic rules, the killing of a woman, a Brahman, spouse, or child is strictly forbidden. Krishna was obliged to kill the demon Putna, and because the killing of a woman is forbidden according to Vedic Shastra, he could not help but close his eyes. Another interpretation is that Krishna closed his eyes because he simply took Putna to be his nurse. Putna came to Krishna just to offer her breast for the Lord to suck. Krishna is so merciful that even though he knew Putna was there to kill him, he took her as his nurse or mother. There are 7 kinds of mothers according to Vedic injunction. The real mother, the wife of a teacher or spiritual master, the wife of a king, the wife of a Brahman, the cow, the nurse, and the mother earth. Because Putna came to Krishna, Putna came to take Krishna on her lap and offer her breast milk to be sucked by him. She was accepted by Krishna as one of his mothers. That is considered to be another reason he closed his eyes. He had to kill a nurse or mother, but his killing of his mother or nurse was no different from his love for his real mother or his foster mother, Yashoda. We further understand from the Vedic information that Putna was also treated as a mother and given the same facility as Yashoda. As Yashoda was given liberation from the material world, Putna was also given liberation. When the baby Krishna closed his eyes, Putna took him on her lap. She did not know that she was holding death personified. If a person mistakes a snake for a rope, he dies. Similarly, Putna had killed so many babies before meeting Krishna and she mistook him to be like them. But now she was accepting the snake that would kill her immediately. When
Hare
Putna
Krishna.
was
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So thank you. So here, when are we put into illusion, right? Generally, we are put into illusion whenever we want to satisfy some purpose which is independent of the shastras, which is not given in the shastras, and we want to attain, something which is prohibited. Right. In this case, she only wanted to fulfill the words of her brother and kill this little child who's very innocent. Right. So immediately, we are put into illusion means we don't see things as they are. Right. Although she knew, right, when she saw the baby itself, she knew that, this child must have some superior supernatural powers. Yet the sense gratification is so much that it clouds one's intelligence, and she goes ahead and tries to kill Krishna. So when we are in Maya means what? We are not we what we should actually be. Maya means that which is not. Right. So when we are in Maya, we always see things according to our own glasses, whatever we have worn. Like if we wear yellow color glasses, everything seems yellow. Even the nice greenery, if you see outside wearing a yellow color glass, even that will seem yellow. So for a person who's clouded or is blinded by sense gratification, in whatever things he sees, he does not see them as they are, but he sees them as how can I exploit it? How can I use that for my sense gratification? So in that way, we have to give up the attitude of sense gratification. Otherwise, we'll always eternally be under illusion. Okay, next who's going to read? Okay, Sindhu Mataji, go ahead. When Putana was taking.
Hare Krishna, pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I'm reading from the book.
Yeah.
Okay. When Haribol Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Putana was taking baby Krishna on her lap, both Yashoda and Rohini were present. But because she was so beautifully dressed and showed motherly affection towards Krishna, they did not forbid her. They could not understand that she was a sword within a decorated case. Putana had smeared a very powerful poison on her breast, and immediately after taking the baby on her lap, she pushed her breast within his mouth. She was hoping that as soon as he would suck her breast, he would die. But baby Krishna very quickly took the nipple in anger. He sucked the milk poison along with the air life of the demon. In other words, Krishna simultaneously sucked the milk from her breast and killed her by sucking out her life. Krishna is so merciful that because the demon Putana came to offer a breast milk to him, he fulfilled her desire and accepted her activity as motherly. But to stop her from further nefarious activities, he immediately killed her. And because the demon was killed by Krishna, she got liberation. As Krishna pressed her breast extremely hard and sucked out her very breath, Putana fell down on the ground, spread her arms and legs and began to cry. Oh child, leave me, leave me. She was crying loudly and perspiring, and her whole body became wet. As she died screaming, there was a tremendous vibration on the earth and in the sky, on the upper and the lower planets, and in all directions, and people thought that thunderbolts were falling. Thus, a nightmare of the Putana which was over, and she assumed a real feature as a great demon. She opened her fierce mouth and spread her arms and legs all over. She felt exactly as Vritsasura did when struck by the thunderbolt of Indra. The long hair on her head was scattered all over her body. Her fallen body extended up to 12 miles and smashed all the trees to pieces, and everyone was struck with wonder upon seeing this gigantic body. Her teeth appeared just like plows, and her nostrils appeared just like the mountain caves. Her breasts appeared like small hills, and her hair was a vast reddish bush. Her eye sockets appeared like blind wells, and her two thighs appeared like the two banks of a river. Her two hands appeared like the two strongly constructed bridges, and her abdomen seemed like a dried up lake. All the coward men and women became struck with awe and wonder upon seeing this. And the tumultuous sound of her falling shocked their brains and ears and made their hearts beat strongly. When the gopis saw little Krishna fearlessly playing on the Putana's lap, they very quickly came and picked him up. Mother Yashoda, Rohini, and other elder gopis immediately performed the auspicious rituals by taking the tail of a cow and circumambulating his body. The child was completely washed with the urine of a cow, and the dust created by the hooves of the cows was thrown all over his body. This was all just to save little Krishna from future inauspicious incidents. This incident gives us a clear indication of how important the cow is to the family, society, and to the living beings in general. The transcendental body of Krishna did not require any protection, but to instruct us on the importance of the cow, the Lord was smeared over with cow dung, washed with the urine of the cow, and sprinkled with the dust upraised by the walking of the cows.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so we see so many instances how Krishna shows that he is the supreme personality of Godhead, and in all times, right? Yashoda Maya, although she gets, she gets bewildered. Oh my Lord, what is going to happen to my Krishna? And she starts praying to the demigods, the demigoddesses. Please protect Krishna. What is happening to my son? So in this way, the gopis were also worried, right? What is happening to Krishna, right? Just a demon is there, and on top of her, on top of the demon, Krishna is a little boy who's just sitting and playing on this gigantic body of the demon, which is described, so much how her thighs appeared, her abdomen was like this, so big and strong and so fearful. And and when the gopis and Mother Yashoda saw, she fell unconscious, right? So everybody, what did they do? They took the tail of a cow and started circumambulating the body of this Putana, and then the urine of the cow urine, cow dung, as well as the dust upraised, right? By the walking of the cows, they are considered very, very auspicious, right? In our home also, before we perform any yajna or before we perform any kind of auspicious activity, we actually spray a little bit of cow urine, right? We use the cow dung, right, for the performance of the yajna, right? And in this way, we perform the auspicious activities in our home. So first and foremost, we make our home auspicious, right? So why do they do this to Krishna? Krishna is not requiring any kind of purification. He is Shuddham Apapa Viddham, right? In Ishopanishad, right? It is described how he is Shuddham and Apapa Viddham. That means he is not only pure, but he actually purifies everything that is coming into contact with him. Whether it is we are coming in contact with Krishna by chanting of the holy names, or by doing abhishek of the deities, or by dressing the deities, or by offering bhoga to the deities. In whatever way we are engaged in serving the Lord, when we are coming in contact with the Lord purifies us to the extent of our surrender, to the extent of our love and devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is to give the importance of cow urine, cow dung, and everything related to the cow. Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So Krishna is the protector of the cows and the brahmanas. So when the cows and the brahmanas are satisfied, Krishna is automatically pleased. All right, let's move ahead. Okay, who wants to read this? Okay, Sarva Gopishri Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Yes. After this, purification.
After this purificatory process, the gopis, headed by Mother Yashoda and Rohini, chanted the names of Vishnu to give Krishna's body full protection from all evil influences. They washed their hands and feet and sipped water 3 times, as is the custom before chanting mantra. They chanted as follows: My dear Krishna, may the Lord who is known as Aja protect your legs. May Lord Mahiman protect your knees. May Lord Yajna protect your thighs. May Lord Achyuta protect your upper waist. May Lord Hayagriva protect your abdomen. May Lord Keshava protect your heart. May Lord Isha protect your chest. May Lord Surya protect your neck. May Lord Vishnu protect your arms. May Lord Urukrama protect your face. May Lord Ishvara protect your head. May Lord Chakradhara protect your front. May Lord Gadadhara protect your back. May Lord Madhusudana, who carries a bow in his hand, protect your right side. May Lord Ajana protect your left side. May Lord Urugaya with his conch shell protect you on all sides. May the personality of Godhead, Upendra, protect you from above. May Lord Dakshaya protect you on the ground. May Lord Haladhara protect you from all sides. May the personality of Godhead, known as Rishikesha, protect all your senses. May Lord Narayana protect your life airs. May the Lord of Svetadipa, Narayana, protect the core of your heart. May Lord Yogeshwara protect your mind. May Lord Krishnigarbha protect your intelligence. And may the Supreme Personality of Godhead protect your soul. While you are praying, may Lord Govinda protect you from all sides. And when you are sleeping, may Lord Madhava protect you from all danger. When you are walking, may the Lord Vaikuntha protect you from falling down. When you are sitting, may Lord Narayana give you all protection. And while you are eating, may the Lord of all sacrifices give you all protection. Thus, Mother Yashoda chanted different names of Vishnu to protect child Krishna's different bodily parts. Mother Yashoda was firmly convinced that she should protect her child from different kinds of evil spirits and ghosts, namely Dakins, Yatudanis, Kusmandas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Vinayakas, Kotaras, Revatis, Jeshtas, Putanas, Matrakas, Unmadas, and similar other evil spirits who cause persons to forget their own existence and give trouble to the life air and the senses. Sometimes they appear in dreams and cause much perturbation. Sometimes they appear as old women and suck the blood of all small children. But no such ghosts and evil spirits can remain where there is a chanting of the holy name of God. Mother Yashoda was firmly convinced of the Vedic injunctions about the importance of cows and the holy name of Vishnu. Therefore, she took all shelter in the cows and the name of Vishnu just to protect her child. Holy names of Vishnu, just to protect her child Krishna. She recited all the holy names of Vishnu so that he might save the child. Vedic culture has taken advantage of keeping cows and chanting the holy name of Vishnu since the beginning of this history, and persons who are still following the Vedic ways, especially the householders, keep at least 12 cows and worship the deity of Lord Vishnu, who is installed in their house. Persons who are advancing in Krishna consciousness should take instruction from this pastime and also be very much interested in cows and the holy name of Vishnu. The elder gopis of Vrindavana were so absorbed in affection for Krishna that they wanted to save him, although there was no need to, for he had already protected himself. They could not understand that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, praying as a child. After performing the formalities to protect the child, Mother Yashoda took Krishna and let him suck her breast. When the child was protected by Vishnu mantra, Mother Yashoda felt that he was safe. In the meantime, all the cowherd men who had gone to Mathura to pay tax returned home and were struck with wonder at seeing the gigantic dead body of Putana. Nanda Maharaja recalled the prophecy.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hari Bol. Okay, so here we see this loving reciprocation. Mataji, you can continue. Only one or two more paragraphs. If you like, you can read. But we'll just discuss this part of it. That this is very wonderful. That although Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, he actually becomes dependent on his devotees. That's why Prabhupada says, instead of calling our father calling the Supreme Lord as our father and asking him for the daily bread, we should consider the Lord as our son, so that we are so much concerned about the welfare of our son. We want to feed our son. We want to feed our children. In that way, we want to render service to them. So that is why Prabhupada says that Yashoda Maya, she was so much in love with Krishna that she was doing everything to ensure that Krishna is protected, like that. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, who else wants to read? Or Sarvagopishni Mataji, you only want to read, or anyone else who has not read so far would like to read? Harjeet Mataji, would you like to read?
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Yes, Mataji.
Nanda Maharaja recalled the prophecy of Vasudeva and considered him a great sage and mystic yogi. Otherwise, how could he have foretold an incident that happened during his absence from Vrindavana? After this, all the residents of Raja cut the gigantic body of Putana into pieces and piled it up with wood for burning. When all the limbs of Putana's body were burning, the smoke emanating from the fire created a good aroma of agru. This aroma was due to her being killed by Krishna. This means that the demon Putna was washed of all her sinful activities and attained a celestial body. Here is an example of how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all good. Putna came to kill Krishna, but because he sucked her milk, she was immediately purified and her dead body attained a transcendental quality. Her only business was to kill small children. She was only fond of blood. But in spite of being envious of Krishna, she attained salvation because she gave her milk to him to drink. So, what can be said of those who are affectionate to Krishna in the relationship of mother, who with great love and affection always serve him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Supersoul of every living entity? It is concluded, therefore, that even a little energy expended in the service of the Lord gives one immense transcendental profit. This is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Swalpam api
Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat.
Yat. Devotional service in Krishna consciousness is so sublime that even a little service rendered to Krishna, knowingly or unknowingly, give one the greatest transcendental benefit. The system of worshipping Krishna by offering flowers from a tree is so beneficial for the living entity who is confined to the bodily existence of that tree. When the flower and fruits are offered to Krishna, the tree that bore them also receives much benefit indirectly. The charna process or worshipping procedure is therefore beneficial for everyone. Krishna is worshipable by great demigod like Brahma and Lord Shiva, and Putna was so fortunate that the same Krishna played in her lap as a little child. The lotus feet of Krishna, which are worshipped by great sages and devotees, were placed on the body of Putna. People worship Krishna and offer him food with great reverence and devotion, but automatically he sucked milk from the body of Putna. Devotees therefore pray that if simply by offering something as an enemy, Putna got so much benefit, then who can who can measure the benefit of worshipping Krishna in love and affection? Therefore, only Krishna should be worshipped, for so much benefit awaits the worshipper. Although
Hare Krishna.
Putna,
Hare Bol.
Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So here we see that if we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with love and devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how much benefit we will get, right? Anybody who chants even unknowingly or even Sanketyam Parihasyam was Togam Helanam Evava Vaikunta Namagrahanam Asheshaga Haram Vidu. Even if someone chants indirectly or simply in a professional way, such a person also gets benefit. But what about those who chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with the sole intention of attaining Krishna Prema to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead? How much benefit will such people get like that? All right. So let me share my screen. Anyone else who is not read wants to read? Navikishwari Mataji, you want to read? Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Let me share my screen again. 1 second. Okay, we are the last 2 paragraphs are there. Okay, anyone who's not read would like to read? Now, Kishori Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Although Putana was an evil spirit from there.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Dandavat pranam Mataji. Although
Dandavats.
Putna was an evil spirit, she gained elevation just like the mother of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is clear that the cows and the elder gopis who offered milk to Krishna were also elevated to the transcendental position. Krishna can offer anyone anything from liberation to anything materially conceivable. Therefore, there cannot be any doubt of the salvation of Putna, whose bodily milk was sucked by Krishna for such a long time. And how can there be any doubt about the salvation of the gopis who were so fond of Krishna? Undoubtedly, all the gopis, cowherd boys, cows, and everyone else who served Krishna in Vrindavana with love and affection were liberated from the miserable condition of material existence, where when all the inhabitants of Vrindavana smelled the good aroma from the smoke of the burning Putna, they inquired from each other, where is this good fragrance coming from? And while conversing, they came to understand that it was the fumes of the burning Putna. They were very fond of Krishna, and as soon as they heard that the demon Putna had been killed by Krishna, they offered blessings to the little child out of affection. After the burning of Putna, Nanda Maharaja came home and immediately took up the child on his lap and began to smell his head. Mm, In this way, he was quite satisfied that his little child was saved from this great calamity. Srila Sukade Goswami has given a blessings to all persons who hear this narration of the killing Putna by Krishna. They will surely attain the favor of Govinda. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 6th chapter of Krishna Putna killed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, in this way, Putana was delivered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna himself. Right? And it is also said how, this loving reciprocation even exists, right? Even when we, see our daughter or son after a long time, then what we do, we also pat their head, and even to this day, I've seen, grandmothers and all, they smell the head like this, they do. So, this is what is mentioned here. So, in that way, there is loving reciprocation between Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, and little Krishna. And how we establish, the Prabhupada establishes the fact that the Lord is Lord at all times, and the Lord is the epitome of mercy. The Lord is the epitome of magnanimity. That even Putana, who came to actually kill Krishna, was delivered by Krishna, and not just delivered, not just liberated, that all the asuras were delivered and liberated. But Putana was offered the position of a mother in the spiritual world by Lord Sri Krishna. And Prabhupada also says that one who hears this narration of the killing of Putana by Krishna will attain the favor of Govinda. So that's the goal of life, isn't it? Thank you all very much for joining in. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. We'll do 2 minutes Harinam Sankirtan and then we'll end our session. We'll meet on Monday. Of course, tomorrow we will meet for Brahma Murta chanting session at 5 o'clock, and then we'll meet at about 11:30 as we continue Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 14. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Asatyarishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jai Jai Jagannath Jai Jai Baladev Jai Jai Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Balagopal Jaya Radha Krishna Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Sham Sundar Radha Rasa Bihari Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radhe Radhe Jaya Radha Sham Sundar Radha Madhav Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Jaya Shad Goswami Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णवा वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much. Meet you all tomorrow morning for Brahmurta chanting session. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.